It is Sunday, May 15th in the MLB, and I'm Austin from Calling Our Shot.
And I'm Logan from Calling Our Shot.
We are back with our best bets. We got a first 5-run line. We got a player prop. And we got a no-run first inning coming your guys' way.
Big shout out to you guys. We just hit 33,000. Austin and I are so proud, so humbled by you guys in the community. So if you are new though, hit that subscribe button. We do these picks videos every morning. We put a lot of hard work into them. It's just a little appreciation. It's free to do so. Just hit that subscribe button. Also drop a like on this video. Helps us as well too.
Logan, in honor of hitting that milestone, today we're doing a subscriber parlay, and I pulled it up on the screen. 4 guys that hit home runs, boom, 5,000 payout. And because of you guys all supporting us, we're giving away 2,500 to 5 random subscribers. Well, 500 to each of them, and then 2,500 to just 5 random COS All-Stars. So a lot of you guys might have a chance to make a lot of money today. Send some good vibes for this. If we kind of want to talk about each of these legs, Mike Moustakas, he's on a hot streak. I think he had 2 home runs yesterday. We're riding with him. Yordan Alvarez, power hitter versus Corbin. We'll talk about that in a little bit, I think. And then Eduardo Escobar, great splits versus Robbie Ray. He's throwing it fast down the middle. A little easier to hit a home run. And it's Shohei Ohtani. I mean, his swing's a little bit OP. So we're riding with that as our parlay. If it hits, we're giving away a lot of money to you guys. Just make sure you hit that subscribe button down below. Let's do a recap of yesterday. A 2-in-1 day, so close to the dang sweep. CJ Cron only gets us 1 base. We needed 2. But you had the A's Angels under 4.5 first 5. It could have been under 1.5. You didn't have to sweat that one out too much after our first inning run. And then we had the Detroit Tigers, Baltimore Orioles, no run first inning. I'll give you a little spoiler. You might see that later on in the video. We have 2 final notes. One, I want to talk about PrizePicks. Like I was talking about it yesterday, PrizePicks, if you use code COS or the link in the description, you get a 100% deposit match. And right now they're giving a Luka Doncic first basket or for just a free square for your parlay. So you don't even have to sweat out that leg. If he scores that leg, your parlay is done. And you get that $100 bonus if you deposit $100. It's a cool bonus. I talked about it in my NBA videos. Definitely go check it out. Also, have to shout out all our COS All-Stars out there. You guys are the real MVPs. If you want to become an All-Star, click the join button on the channel or the link in the description. You get our plays a little bit early in case the lines move, which now that we got 33K subscribers, the lines do tend to move. So definitely check it out. Click the join button down below. Our newest All-Star, we got Damon Blocker on the channel. We appreciate you for supporting the channel. But Logan, a long intro. I know it's time to get into some winners. Yesterday you had a good one. What do you got for the people today?
Yep, let's hop right in. Yesterday we had a first 5 bet. We're going to keep the trend continued. And I know, guys, I know what we're all thinking in this one. We're Astros versus Nationals. I'm taking the Astros run line in the first 5 innings, minus 128 odds on FanDuel. Austin's over there cracking up because, this is the squarest play in the world. But you know what? Sometimes you just have to go with this, and it's great value. That's the reason why I am okay with picking a square pick. As Austin's showing, FanDuel's currently got the best value on it as this one. But what you'll see, Austin, if you scroll down, it is minus 1.5 on other books. I would absolutely not take Astros minus 1.5. I would never ask somebody to be leading by 2 runs through 5 innings. That's a tall task. But I think the Astros can get us that 1-run lead they need through 5. If you want to take the first 5 money line, obviously you will get worse odds on it, but there is a possibility to get your money back if they tie. But I'm taking the run line in this one. We got Verlander on the mound. I mean, we got the Astros ace, 0, 2, and 1 earned runs in each of his last 3 starts. Coming in with a 1.55 ERA. I mean, I don't know what more you want from Verlander. His whip, also, we talk about, the whip ratio as well. That's walks, hits per inning pitched, as ever, if anybody's not familiar with baseball. It's at a 0.75 or below in all of his last 3 games. I love that. A whip under 1 is showing tremendous control. Justin Verlander's an ace. It's well documented. He's a great pitcher, right? I don't need to speak too much more about him, but I pulled some of the hitting splits of the Nationals versus him. Nelson Cruz batting .263 and Juan Soto 2 for 6 versus Verlander. A lot of these Nationals hitters haven't seen him a ton, but if we can get out Cruz and we can somehow make Juan Soto, deep line drive, pop flies, anything like that, I'm fine with. Just no catastrophic home runs. We'll be okay. And the Nats, I mean, their offense yesterday, explosion. For anybody that picked the Astros, I'm sorry. Should have seen it coming though. That was a little too square. But I think that today the squares do get one. They scored 13 yesterday. They're due some regression, of course, today. But the real reason I'm picking this one is because of who the Nationals have on the mound. Patrick Corbin as well. 0, 3, and 2 earned runs in each of his last 3 starts, coming with a 6.06 ERA, and I promise you, it should be higher than that. He's, his whip. We talked about Verlander's whip, right? Verlander at 0.75. By comparison, Corbin Burns about a 1 higher, 1.74 on the season. That's pretty high. That's a really high whip ratio. And so what does that mean? That means he struggles sometimes with control. And let me tell you, I've watched him with my own two eyes. He's one of those pitchers that there's several batters he just can't find the strike zone. Banking on that today, especially if the Astros, show some plate discipline. They're 4th in walks drawn, 9th in strikeouts. So if they're making Patrick Corbin work for these outs, he's going to be in trouble. I'm just going to tell you, we're going to have lots of base runners, lots of opportunities in the first 5 to get it done. Some hitting splits versus Corbin. Gurriel 375. I love that. I mean, if they can get production out of him, Altuve only 234, and Brantley 500. 2 for 4 versus Corbin. A lot of these Astros hitters, haven't seen him a ton, but I think we're going to get some production out of them for sure. Now, why you might ask yourself, is this line only minus 128? Well, you know what? Houston is only batting 195 versus left-handed pitchers. I'd be doing you a disservice if I just hid that stat from you and I said, that doesn't scare me. It scares me a little bit, right? Like, we have to understand why the line is what it's why it's not minus 180 or something super juiced. So they're not tremendous. They're not tremendous versus lefties, but I promise you, Corbin is not your average pitcher. He's very erratic. He can walk a lot of batters, and he can sometimes host batting practice. I've seen it before. As far as the season, though, he has covered the first 5 run line in 3 out of 7 games pitched, but he's never covered it in back-to-back. He recently covered it versus the Mets last time he pitched. So what does that mean, guys? That means he's due today, and the Astros are going to absolutely boat race him and get him out of there quick. That's what I'm speaking into existence, taking the Astros in the first 5. But Austin, got a player prop, and you got a pitcher for us. What you got?
Yes, as much as I wanted to run back the Crone Zone yesterday, I will not be doing that today. Today, I will be going to a guy with a very nice mustache. So shout out to all the mustaches out there. But today, I'll be fading the mustache army. We're going Nestor Cortez. We're taking his under 5.5 strikeouts, minus 128 on FanDuel. The exact same odds as Logan's pick. So if that's not good vibes, then I don't know what is. Now, Cortez, like I said, he does have a mustache. He's the starting pitcher for the Yankees. And it's tough. It's interesting. Why are we taking a fade line of a guy that just had 11 strikeouts? Yeah, exactly. Why is this line at 5.5 is my next question. Now look at game log for Mr. Cortez. He's at 5, 12, 8, 3, 3, and 11 strikeouts. So it's weird to see a guy have 2 games of 11 and 12 strikeouts, also have 2 games of 3 strikeouts. It's kind of like, does this guy have the put away pitches? Is he just getting lucky with guys just swinging in the dirt? Sometimes that's the case. Now I want to pull up the games or the teams that he's pitched against in terms of their strikeouts, in terms of the fewest strikeouts. So if your number's 1 here, that would mean that you strike out the fewest times per game. But look, the Blue Jays 13th, Orioles 25th, Guardians 6th, Royals 2nd, Blue Jays 13th, Rangers 8th. So it's kind of struggled against the Blue Jays, a very good hitting team, struggled against the Royals, the 2nd fewest strikeout team. But man, I wish he was playing again. Who strikes out the fewest times in the league? Well, it'd be the White Sox, who he's going up against today. They only strike out 7.19 times per game. Obviously not allowing a lot of guys to hit this line. Now, even better at home. They were 7.19 just in total, 6.94 at home, which is they're obviously at home today in Chicago. We also look at the last 25 starting pitchers versus the White Sox. 20 of them have gone under this line. We haven't seen really a lot of them. And if the line does go down 4.5, I think only 1 pitcher had landed on 5 exactly. So I'm not too worried if it goes to 4.5. But either way, we know there's been the last 2 years, people have always talked about White Sox versus lefties. Well, Nestor Cortez is a lefty, and they've only faced 6 left-handed starting pitchers today, or this year. Only 1 of them has gone over this line. That included Robbie Ray. He did not go over. He actually had, I believe, 4, and the other 5 guys all remained under 4 strikeouts. And like I said, the White Sox batting 268 versus left-handed pitchers, 2nd in the MLB. Number 1 would be the Rockies, who are batting over 300. So consider looking at their props today. Maybe CJ Cron. I wanted to run back the Cron Zone, but I didn't. I just couldn't do it. We also look at it. They have a 20.7 strikeout percentage versus left-handed pitchers. So if they continue kind of striking out at that same percentage, Cortez would have to face 29 batters to get 6 Ks. Like, I don't see him facing 29 batters. Even his last game, in which he had a no-hitter through like 7 innings, still only faced 27 batters. But so far this year, only 16, 19, 21, 22, 19, and 27 batters. Look, that 27 is an anomaly. That's the game that he had a no-hitter going for against the Rangers. You saw the Yankees leave him in a lot longer than they normally would. He pitched over 100 pitches. I don't see them doing that today. It's an earlier kind of start. They don't play until tomorrow night against the Orioles. See them using maybe a little bit of that bullpen. Also, some crazy home road splits. Cortez is allowing just a .086 batting average at home this year. Well, he's not at home. He's on the road where he's allowing a .273. Crazy splits. I just think Cortez might give up a couple hits today, not face a ton of batters, and ask him for 6 Ks against a very good hitting White Sox team. I just don't see it happening. So we're fading the mustache today. Cortez. We're taking his under 5.5 strikeouts. That's the player prop of the day. But Logan, get out those flags, baby, because it is time for Nerfy Nation. We're waving the flags. Everyone's waving them on Twitter, in the comments down below. If you don't have the COS Nerfy flag, you should become a COS All-Star. Now, we've hit 2 in a row without the music, so the music's not coming back anytime soon. It's been retired for a little bit. But today, like I said, we're running back. Orioles versus Tigers. We're taking the no-run first inning, -115 on Barstool. And we can kind of, if you could just kind of go back to yesterday's and we'll just kind of hit that replay button. But today we've got on the mound for the Tigers. We got Tariq Skubal. He's really showed a lot much more promise than he did last year, and he's been pretty decent. 4 for 6 on the Nerfy. Believe he didn't cash the last time he pitched. Either way, he's been decent. He has a 2.94 ERA, 1.13 WHIP, and he only has 6 walks in 33 innings pitched, which is good. I hate when players get on base with a walk. I'd rather them earn it a little bit more and get a hit. So Skubal's been pretty solid, but the reason we're really here, Orioles tied 29th in first inning runs, and they've only scored 3 first-inning runs all season long. This team, obviously, this is why we faded them yesterday, this exact same matchup. So I really think Skubal can handle that side of the mound. What about the other side?
It's scheduled to be Tyler Wells. Tyler Wells 6 for 6 in as far as no-run first innings pitch. So he's been an ally to Nerfy Nation so far. Also, he's coming in with a 3.75 ERA, a 1.12 WHIP. I love the WHIP. Barely above a 1. Only 4 walks in 24 innings pitched. Again, Austin mentioned, we don't want, a leadoff walk. That's the worst thing you can see in the first inning is just the leadoff walk. And you're like, great. Now we got a base runner that's going to try to steal second, get in scoring position, and boom. But the Tigers are tied for 29th in first inning runs. Tied with who? Yeah, the Orioles, as Austin just mentioned. That's dead last. And they have only scored 3 first inning runs all season. We didn't even have to update the slides. No first inning runs scored yesterday. So run it back. I love this one, Austin. I mean, it's pretty obvious. Sometimes the obvious Nerfies don't hit, but I feel good given our chances as far as these slower starting offenses for sure.
100%. So that's why we're running it back with those. Those are 3 official plays. Astros first 5 run line, Nestor Cortez under 5.5 strikeouts, and the Orioles Tigers no run first inning, and as well as this parlay of the day that we're kind of rolling with. Obviously, if you catch us, we're giving away half the winnings to random subscribers, half to COS All-Star. So if you aren't subscribed, if you aren't, I don't know what you're doing. Go become a COS All-Star. We appreciate you guys. Have a great Sunday. We'll be back again on Monday morning for some more best bets. Man, we need the brooms to come out today. 2 straight 2-1 days. I demand a 3-0. We'll see you guys in the morning tomorrow.